The Saints march on with another 3 points. Welcome back to Where the Saints Talk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Alex, Nick, Joe, and Elliot talking all things Southampton, including this week's A to Z and tweet of the week. Nick, another win. Saints are well and truly back.
4 out of 5. I mean, I would have snapped your arm off for that after they sacked Will Still. They look great. They're earning these wins. These aren't scrappy, perhaps didn't deserve all 3 points wins. These are emphatic, and they're scoring some beautiful goals, which I think we're all excited to talk about.
Oh, 100%. I mean, some of the goals against Birmingham were beauties, weren't they, Elliot? I mean, it was a game definitely to enjoy.
Yeah, 100%. I actually thought the keeper possibly should have done a bit better for Armstrong's first goal, but I don't want to let that take anything away from the quality of the build up or anything like that, because they were really well worked goals, and we actually probably should have had a lot more than just 3. I think the scoreline flattered Birmingham, in all honesty.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think Tom Fellows, Joey hit the bar, and there was many chances. It was a really strong performance from the Saints.
Yeah, it really was, and it's nice to see that it's been 6 games now since Eckert's come in, and it's nice to see that we actually have patterns of play. Like, it's not just like a group of players running around a pitch. Like, they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, just superb, really.
Yeah, definitely. Alex, let's get into the Birmingham game then. I think a player that we spoke about actually last week was Azaz, and he's been quality. He's really stepped on since Tonda's been in charge.
Yeah, he looks quality. These new roles that he's been utilised in, he looks a completely different player. He looks hungry to get on the ball, and I think you can say that a lot about a lot of players. They want to get on the ball and make things happen. All of that front four, or those front four attackers, kind of want to get on the ball and kind of bring it 40 yards up the pitch. They're happy to dribble with it, and Azaz is like a prime example of that. He's got eight goals and assists in the 6 games under Tonda Eckert, which is mental. And he's the first Saints player to score in 5 league games in a row since Danny Ings. Which is an interesting one. So, yeah, he's doing really well, and he's another one of the players who's kind of performing better now Eckert's manager.
Yeah, definitely. Just quickly, Joe, let's see your colour of your mug again. It isn't blue and white, is it?
Yeah, it is, but it's nothing to do with that lot down the road. Don't you worry.
I think that's a fine, isn't it, boys? I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely not. Not having
it. Nick, let's talk about another Saints player that's he's used to scoring goals, especially in the Championship, and it's Armstrong. I mean, a great finish from him.
Yeah, I mean, first I'll apologize. 5 out of 6. Sorry, Tonda. We go live for once, and I immediately make a mistake. I know. I think how Flynn Downs and all the defenders felt against Martin. All these mistakes leading to goals. But yeah, so Adam Armstrong looks a changed player under Tonda Eckert, and I want to first start back. First when we signed him from the Championship when we were a Premier League squad. He scored on his debut at Goodison Park. It was a beautiful finish. I only remember because I had him in my FPL at the time, and I thought I was going to do great, and then he never really did much again for the rest of that season. He looks incredible, and Tonda Eckert has really maximized him. Adam Armstrong is really at his best when he can take 1, 2, 3 touches maximum and then make a decision, whether that's pass, shoot, what have you. If you ask him to kind of go out, dribble past players, that's not really his strength. And the way we're using him is honestly, he picks the ball up in space, he takes 2 touches and he gets rid of it. And he looks just an absolutely changed man. So a real credit to Tonda Eckert for maximizing the value of this player who's a monster in the Championship and wasn't under Will Still.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about them together. I know obviously they're not exactly together all the time on the pitch, depending on how Azaz is being used. But do you think, Elliot, that they're working well together? Do you think they're getting the best out of each other by using their different attributes?
Yeah, I think it's probably Armstrong in the centre, kind of dropping deep, linking up not only Azaz but Cienza as well. I think it's not a case of 1 or 2 individuals bouncing off each other. I think it's a more like the whole team gelling and kind of helping one another as part of a fluid system. I'd like to say it's, Azaz and Armstrong kind of running riot, but really I think there's a lot more to it than that. Obviously Azaz has, scored 5 in 5, is it now? 6 and 5 maybe. But yeah, I think there's a lot more detail that's gone on, behind the scenes and on the pitch than simply just Armstrong and Azaz being, really good between each other. So yeah, I think we should kind of give all the players their flowers in that regard.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was just over 4 minutes. You mentioned Cienza there, Elliot. I know you're a big fan of him. He's definitely a guy that you love. Joe, what do you think of the Azaz Armstrong sort of pairing? Do you think that's definitely something to utilise going forward?
Yeah, I think so actually. And I think it works better if they kind of play just off the striker. If they have someone up top to feed it into, then they work really well like that. And yeah, Azaz has got 8 in 6, and I think Armstrong's at 6 in 6, 5 in 6 or something. So we're getting good output of goals from the pair of them. That's 15 goals between the pair of them. So if they carry on like that, then absolutely. And it's nice to see Armstrong back to what he used to be when we were in the Championship last time, because he got 24 goals or something, 25 goals. It's nice to see that him getting back to that sort of levels, because it just goes to show what scoring goals can do for a player's confidence, really.
Yeah, 100%. There's been quite a few goals, isn't there? Late, Alex.
Yeah.
Seems to be definitely something that the Saints have improved under Tonda Eckert, definitely scoring more freely.
Yeah, I think they've already scored more goals than they did under Will still. So what a turnaround. The back to front nature of the play it suits them so well, because obviously under Will still, it was trying to be this direct football. It was kind of unclear what they were actually trying to do. But now you've got these patterns of play down the left and right sides. You've got them. We'll come on to that at the end. But this short, intricate play, and then when they get into the final third, that it's much more free flowing, and there's space to find the wingers. So that's really kind of exciting. And before we kind of we had to depend on having Ross Stewart, where now it doesn't matter, because every player in this system has their role that really works for them. So yeah, it's really exciting to see. And it's this turnaround. I didn't expect it to go so well. So credit to Tonda Eckert. Yeah,
well, let's talk about the guy. He's a permanent manager now, Nick. It seems like he definitely deserves the job after the brilliant couple of weeks he's had. Was you glad to see it finally be confirmed?
Yeah, if anything, just to stop the uncertainty. I mean, he's got them humming right now. There's absolutely no reason to bring in someone else who's going to want to implement their own style. The players, I saw an interview with Leo Cienza where he was even advocating for Eckert to get the job. As soon as you have the locker room behind you, I think he locked up the offer. It was just a matter of hashing out the details. I think that's what had it take so long. And we were talking a little bit in the chat beforehand. He's a little crazy, which I like. There was a report from a couple weeks ago where apparently at halftime he just looked every single player in the eyes semi-wordlessly, which is pretty unhinged. But I think that's what this group of players needed. He got a yellow card for booting the ball into the stands yesterday, and then got into a bit of a dust up with the opposing manager. We need someone like that. So it's really fun to watch, and he's got us playing great football. So flowers to him.
Yeah, definitely. He must have got a bit jealous from the Millwall Bristol City brawl that was going on yesterday.
God, yeah.
Right, well, like I said, been a brilliant turn of events with Tonda Eckert in charge, and now he's got two games to focus on this week. And the first game is West Brom at home. Elliot, what are we expecting from the game, and what is your score predictions, please, mate?
Good question. So I don't think West Brom are doing too well this season. I think they started quite well, but they've had a kind of really patchy run of games. I think it's like, win, draw, loss, win, draw, loss. and they can't seem to get a run of games going. I think their fans are quite unhappy with Ryan Mason as well. So there seems to be a bit of a toxic atmosphere around the club at the moment. So I think it's probably a good time to play West Brom. Our home form, I mean, under Eckert, we've won 3-3. We've scored 9 goals in 3 home games under him. So I see no reason why we can't keep the momentum going. You know, the Tonda train is full speed ahead. So, yeah, I'm quite confident. I'm not confident we can keep a clean sheet because for some reason we don't have it in us. Maybe another 3-1. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. And Tonda train, we might steal that for next week's title. That's I like that. Joe, same question to you, please, mate. The West Brom at home, what are you expecting from the game?
Yeah, going on what he said, like they've not really gone too well of late. As I said, they think the fans are kind of turning on Mason a bit. I don't think they really took to him to begin with. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, mainly because we have Bazunu or McCarthy in goal. Yeah, I'm going to be semi-confident and go for a 3-1 again.
Okay, I like it. 3-1, 3 points. Goals for fun. I like it. Alex, now we're on to Norwich. So let's say we've got a brilliant win against West Brom. Then it's going to Carrow Road, Norwich away. What are we expecting from those in yellow and green? What are we expecting?
Yeah, well, it's a good time to probably play West Brom. I don't know if it's the best time to play Norwich because they just got their new manager, Philip Clement, and I think he won he didn't win anything in Scotland, but he was Rangers manager. But apparently being Rangers manager, you don't have to be a brilliant manager for that lately. Sorry, he did get us promoted. Yeah. I'm hoping it's going to be another good result because the quality's there, and it depends because if they set up how Millwall did, and they, you know, if he's an Alex Neil and he wants to kind of stop Saints playing, then I think they'll have a really good chance. But if they play like how Birmingham did, how I suppose not Charlton, maybe how QPR did, if they try and play their way and kind of avoid stopping us, I think they'll be in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to go for 2-0 to Saints.
2-0. 2-0 Saints. Love that. Clean sheet as well. That's that'd be good.
Oh God, yeah.
It shows, I think that's, you're looking, if you're Tonda Eckert right now, you're going, right, scoring goals for fun. What's the next thing that we could do is maybe try and shut the back door a little bit and try and keep a little bit more clean sheets. So that's definitely going to be an aim. Nick, what are you expecting from Norwich away?
Yeah, I don't have too much to add to what Alex said. You don't want to play a club that just got a new manager. The new manager bounce, and hopefully we can put an end to that. I also don't see us keeping a clean sheet. I'll say 2-1 to Saints.
Okay, I like it. I'm going to go 9-0 Saints, and if anyone, know why.
I wonder why that could be.
Yeah.
Right, we're on to our A to Z feature now, boys. So we're on to the letter I, and Nick, I think you're up for the letter I, please, mate.
Yeah, so you'll have to give me a second to pull up. So I was, full disclosure, I was actually struggling since we didn't want to mention the striker who must not be named who left Southampton in 2021 for greener or more claret pastures, and then maybe found that the pastures weren't so green after he left. So I was looking through the Southampton player archive, which is a really fun thing to do if you're a nerd like me and want to kill an hour. And stumbled across this player from the early 1900s, Sydney, Ireland. Sid is for short. Played from 1911 to 1915. Made 156 appearances for Saints, which is 2 less than Alan Shearer, so he's a club legend already. And he was apparently considered the best left back in the league for quite a while. He started off in the army, gets imprisoned for misconduct in the army, then joins Saints after that, plays for 4 years, and then when World War II breaks out, rejoins the army, gets captured, and then after he's returned back to England, he goes to play for Saints again. So interesting story. I think if you ever want to spend an afternoon reading about this guy, how can you not be romantic about the history of the beautiful game? And his last match for Southampton before World War One was Portsmouth away. So
Wow. Brilliant.
there you go. Sid Ireland.
What a journey that guy's been on. Yeah, brilliant. I like that one, Nick. It's nice to sort of go into the archives and see some players that sort of a lot of Saints fans might not know too much about. Joe, you're also up, mate, for the letter I. Who or what is your letter I for Southampton?
Yeah, so my letter I this time is the River, Itchen. So it's obviously, there's a stand named it at St Mary's. It's after the River Itchen. I mean, it's kind of funny. The hospitality boxes kind of look over the quarry and the Itchen. It's not the nicest sort of hospitality area, but it's a part of the club. It's a part of the history. So yeah, Itchen for me.
Oh, I like that. It's something that if you're a Saints fan, you know a lot about, and it's something that the whole thing about a football club isn't just about the players. It's not just about the manager. It's about everything that makes a club a club. And yeah, I like that. I like both of them. Very, very good ones this week. Right, before we get to Tweet of the Week, I have just seen a question in the comments that I'd like to ask you guys, especially Elliot, as you absolutely love the guy. Do you see the Sens starting both games? Do you think he's going to start both games, or what are we thinking?
Sorry, who is this about?
Cienza.
Oh, Cienza. Does he start both games? What, in the coming week? Yeah.
West Brom and Norwich.
I'd have thought so, because Eckert obviously took him off in the 60th minute mark, which I think he's done in every game, if I'm not mistaken. Which it seems to be like a tactical thing to manage his minutes, which I'm not opposed to, because he obviously kind of runs himself into the ground for 60 minutes, and then I think after that point it's diminishing returns. So I'd have thought that he's been taken off his 60 minutes with a view to start against West Brom, and then he'll probably do the same again at West Brom. So I'd like him to start both games, but every time I see him get hacked down by every player on the pitch, I'm worried that someone's just going to break his ankle one day, because he must be the most foul player in the league.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'd like him to start both games, but I'm also worried. I want to wrap him in bubble wrap, because he just gets not bullied, but he just gets targeted. So yes, I'd love him to start both games, but whether it's a wise thing to do with the sort of hectic, Christmas schedule, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Another question, Alex, in the comments is: do you see the same starting 11 starting both games? That's going to be tough, isn't it, with the turnaround in the Championship? What are you thinking, Alex?
Yeah, I think that'll be changed on Tuesday, especially as it's another home game. I suppose Flynn Downs, he had an interview this week saying he's struggling with his immune system a lot. So yeah, I don't see him being able to start 2 games in 3 or 4 days. So yeah, I probably see Flynn Downs coming out for that. Apart from that, I'm not too sure, because Eckert seemed very happy to stick with the same team because it's working. I can maybe see Jay Robinson coming in. I don't know whether that's for Cienza or Azaz. I can see him coming in at some point, because just a bit of rotation, keep things fresh and resting players. And then Saturday, I guess it depends on who starts on Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hard, isn't it, in the Championship to play a starting 11, the same starting 11 game after game after game. It helps there to not be too much rotation, but that's where your squad depth comes in, isn't it? To try and make a few changes just to freshen it up a little bit. Right, so yeah, we are on to our tweet of the week, and it actually comes from our very own Nick. It was beautifully put, Nick. We were all
thanks, mate. Thank you.
Very impressed by the tweet. And it's about Tondra Eckert. It's about the playing style. It's about the pattern of plays. And it's also about previous managers. So the tweet reads: the Saints FC team under Eckert looks somewhat similar to RM Saints, Russell Martins. Build from the back, deep drop in, pinch passes, transitions to side, but the difference being Eckert's men transform as soon as they cross the halfway line to brutally direct team while Martin slowed down. It's wonderful to watch. So the the change from Russell Martin, obviously, it was very pretty at the back, but it was a slow transition going forward, where as soon as Saints cross the halfway line, it's very direct and very aggressive and very, right, let's go score the goals you've been scoring. Nick, obviously, we'll bring it to you to start with, mate, as you were the author of the tweet.
Explain yourself.
Yeah. I'm on trial now. No, I mean, I really enjoyed Saturday. I really enjoyed watching Saturday, especially from kind of a tactical point of view. They're playing out from the back, almost very similar to how Russell Martin did it, where you have you're trying to create numerical advantages. They have the three at the back and the two center back and the two kind of midfielders dropping quite deep. And they all sit so narrowly, very similar to what Martin did. And you see these wing backs. And as soon as the wing backs get the ball, especially Tom Fellows, as soon as they get close to the halfway line, count 2-3 passes, it's in the opposition box. It's really just something to watch. Despite all the passes they had 40% possession yesterday, because as soon as they see a path to goal, Leo Cienza is darting through it, Tom Fellows is darting through it, Azaz is playing the line-breaking passes. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. They are both a possession team and a direct team at the same time. I mean, how long do we have? I could talk all day about this. I think one thing that I want to say, I want to just put one word of caution. Even as much as I enjoyed Saturday, there were a couple times where it got a little hairy. There was one ball, Bazunu played a ball to Kasper Jander, and he pulled off one of the most outrageous Cruyff turns I've ever seen at the edge of our own box with 3 players draped all over him. And if Russell Martin was the coach, that would have been in our net and the fans would have been screaming, get him out of the club. Another one right before Tom Fellows' I think it was a 60-yard solo run. Kasper Jander played him like a little 2-foot pass towards our own net, again with like 4 players coming in to take the ball from him. So the mistakes are going to be made. They're going to lead to opposition goals. I don't know how long they can continue to do this, but like Alex said, when teams press up to try to take the ball and try to create opportunities from that, Saints are ripping them to shreds. And it's by design. They're pulling the opposition midfielders in to try to press high. And as soon as the space opens up between those center backs and the midfield line, Adam Armstrong's in that space, Cienza's in that space. And as soon as the center backs are one-on-one against Leo Cienza, they're dead. It's over. Saints are getting a shot away. And it's so the mistakes are going to keep coming, but with the skill Saints have, they've correctly identified they can do this at this level and they can get away with it. Sorry, I went long, but I really love this team.
We love the passion, mate. Don't apologise ever, not at all. Joe, what do you see what Nick's saying? Do you think there is a bit of a blend there? You can see the sort of aspects of Russell Martin's nice sort of pretty football, but then also direct, aggressive, let's get the ball in the net.
Yeah, I mean, completely. I don't think there's much I can add on to what Nick said because he kind of covered everything really. I like to describe it as positive possession, like it's possession based, but it's higher up the pitch. It's kind of similar to what Ipswich did when you were in the Championship last time. It's possession when it needs to be, but it's more positive and more direct. It's not passing around the back for the sake of it. It's transitioning quickly higher up the pitch. And yeah, it's really good to watch. As Nick said, I think there will be more mistakes coming in, but that's just part and parcel of football when everyone's not perfect. But if we carry on like this, then yeah, it'll be a really good end to the season, I think, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Final question to you, Alex. There's been a bit of comparisons compared to when you were last in the Championship in terms of the bit of a slow start. Obviously, a lot slow start this time round, but a bit of a slow start, and then they went on a crazy run of games. If I remember correctly, Armstrong was scoring every 10 minutes or whatever it was. It was crazy. Do you see comparisons to that? Do you think that now Saints can really put together a long run of getting back-to-back wins, as many points on the board as possible?
Yeah, I really hope so. It's probably the perfect time to put together a run of form because it's the Christmas period where I think there's no break until March now. So yeah, there's so many games to kind of keep this run going. I mean, everyone's put it perfectly about Eka. I think the whole kind of feeling around the club has now changed a bit. There's this now narrative that someone's in the door who's got the fans on side. He's playing good football. He's just kind of playing how Saints should be. And it's very pleasing to watch a manager with some tactical nous after what we've had to experience over the last 18 months. I'll end with this stat that in the last 31 days, Saints have won more games than they did in the 528 days prior. So,
God,
what a turnaround.
good Lord.
That's a stat and a half to finish with that, Alex. That's brilliant. It just shows the comparison and absolutely flying. Thank you guys for a great conversation as always. Thank you everybody for watching at home. Please like and subscribe, and please get involved in the comments below, all things Southampton.